I'm signing an immediate writ for her eviction.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
I am. And you know what else? I'm going to hold you in contempt if you say one more word.
Excuse me, miss. I'm not sure what your name is. I actually stay outside.
My name is Judge Shackelford. I'm the judge.
See, I have voice recordings of her saying that.
I don't care.
I understand.
And I don't, okay, well, I want you to understand that's the law. You have 10 days. I can tell why they want you out because you think you can talk over people.
This is so not fair.
You know what, Miss Pascucci, do you pay rent even?
This case right here is one for the books. We've got a young woman standing in court today. Someone the internet would probably call a Karen in training, who's been squatting in her friend's grandparents' house. And not just squatting. Quietly, no. This situation is way more chaotic than that, according to court testimony. She and her friend have been staying in the home rent-free, refusing to leave. And worse, they've allegedly been making verbal threats toward the very people who open their doors to them out of kindness. That's right, instead of showing basic respect or gratitude, they've chosen to disrespect the elderly couple who gave them a roof over their heads during tough times. It's genuinely upsetting, but what really makes this one stand out? It's how she walks into the courtroom with an attitude, acting like she's the one being wronged. The eye rolls, the tone, the lack of remorse, it's hard to watch. It's as if she thinks she's auditioning for a reality show instead of facing a judge. And let me tell you, the judge, absolutely done, can see it in his face. No patience, no tolerance left. The tone changes fast, and when he finally fires back, it's one of the most satisfying courtroom moments you'll see all week. So now I've got to ask, what do you think? Does this kind of entitled behavior warrant contempt of court charges? Should the judge have been even tougher on her? Or did he strike the right balance? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's unpack this one together, because this case, it's about way more than just housing. It's about respect, boundaries, and accountability. Now, let's go ahead and roll the clip. And watch how the judge handles this escalating mess.
All right, Mr. Chandler's here, Miss Pascucci's here. Can you unmute? This is 2501036, Leon Chandler and Renee Chandler versus Kristen Pascucci. Mr. Chandler, can you tell me your name? You're muted. We'll get you going.
Yeah, this one apparently has.
Ma'am, you have to get off the phone.
You're good.
Like I'm literally, you're in a courtroom. All right.
Guys, I'm on the phone with my grandmother, the homeowner.
Okay. Which one of you is Kristen Pascucci?
Me.
You are. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Chandler's here. Mr. Chandler, tell me your first and last name. You need to unmute. I'm asking you to unmute. Got it? Good. Yep, tell me your first and last name.
Leon Chandler.
All right, and Ms. Pascucci, can you tell me your name? I'm sorry if I'm butchering your last name.
It's okay. It's Chris Pascucci.
All right, so we're here today. There was a dismissal that was filed, right. And then there was a motion to set aside the dismissal. So we're here today. Where is Renee Chandler?
She's on the phone. That's actually who the person next to me is talking to.
All right. Well, where's Renee Chandler at, Mr. Chandler?
She's in the house.
Well, wait 1 second. Mr. Chandler, where's Renee Chandler?
She's in the other room. You want me to get her?
Yeah, you two both have to come into court. It's both of your motion. So she doesn't need to be on the phone with the other party. She needs to be in the courtroom.
Okay. Just a second.
Yeah, now's your chance to speak up.
That phone can be hung up. She's coming in.
Yep. She's coming in right now.
All right, if you can just sit by her, Mr. Chandler, so I can see you both.
Okay.
All right, ma'am, can you tell me your first and last name?
Renee Chandler.
All right, thank you. All right, so we had a motion that was filed. Originally, there was a demand for possession of the house. It was a termination of tenancy, essentially, and then it was set aside. The case was dismissed.
Right.
And we had notice of dismissal that was signed by Renee Chandler. And then we had a motion to set aside the dismissal. So Ms. Chandler, you and Mr. Chandler, do the two of you, can you raise your right hands? Both of you? Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes,
All right, do you, the two of you own a home together?
yes,
All right, and where is the home that you own? Is that the one on Holland?
yes, ma'am.
Do you also own a home on 2 Lane?
No,
No.
Okay, so the home that you own and that is that issue in this case is the property at Holland.
Right.
Okay, and does Miss Pascucci still reside there?
yes,
At this
right.
moment.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she's still living there. And so this motion to dismiss the case was filed. Mr. and Mrs. Chandler, is it your position at this time that you want to go forward with the termination of tenancy?
yes,
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Okay, so they want to go forward.
Mamie,
with
what
that.
she's
No. No.
don't.
Mammy, she's asking if you want to evict us. You're lying. We have you on video. We have you on recording. You know that.
Ma'am, Miss Gucci, you're in a courtroom. Okay?
I'm sorry.
Okay, act like it.
At this point, you've got to ask, what exactly is the argument here? She's standing in court saying, I have video of the homeowner saying I could stay there. Like that somehow overrules what's happening right now. But here's the truth. It doesn't matter what was said on video weeks or months ago. What matters in court is the present, and right now, the legal owners of the home have made it clear they want her gone. And that's the part. People forget, consent to stay can be revoked at any time. A video clip from the past doesn't grant permanent access to someone else's property. Judges don't care about your saved Snapchats or half-hearted text messages. They care about legal boundaries, and the grandmother has just said directly, and in court, that she wants this woman off the property immediately. That alone carries all the weight in the eyes of the law. Now, maybe it's just me, but I've noticed this trend, especially among some in the younger crowd, where folks think that recording something magically gives them ownership rights. Like if they film it, screenshot it, or post it, suddenly it becomes binding. That's just not how it works. This isn't social media law. It's real life. The law is about documents, consent, and respect for property. You don't get to live in someone's house for free and then act like you're entitled to stay, just because you caught a cool moment on camera a while back. At some point, you've got to grow up, understand how responsibility works, and realize that recording a memory doesn't turn it into a lease agreement. Let me know what you guys think. Are we seeing a rise in entitlement, or is this just an isolated case of someone refusing to accept reality? Either way, my advice to her is simple. Pack your things and leave peacefully. Because if the sheriff gets involved, it's not going to end well.
Miss Chandler, so this suit was originally filed. I'm understanding that this is your granddaughter, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, are you feeling
Oh, no,
pressure?
I'm sorry. Excuse me, Judge.
Yes?
No, it's not my granddaughter. It is
My granddaughter's friend.
my granddaughter's friend.
All right, Miss Pascucci, so she's not a family member. She's just someone that's residing at the location with your granddaughter.
Yes.
What's your granddaughter's name?
Logan Renee McNutt.
All right. Now, Mrs. and Mr. Chandler, is it your testimony to this court that you want Ms. Pascucci to vacate the residence?
Yes.
Ma'am?
Oh, yeah.
Shh. Who is talking back there?
Here,
She not, Miss Chandler, would you like Miss Pascucci to leave the property?
Yes.
Okay, Miss Pascucci, you don't have an ownership interest. You're there as an at-will, tenant, and they're asking for you to vacate the property.
Yes, I didn't know that they were asking me to vacate the property. They actually never asked me to vacate the property. Eviction notices.
Well, they did because they filed these notices that there were threats against family members. It was causing havoc. And that it's happened, on more than one occasion.
Excuse me, Miss. I'm not sure what your name is. I actually stay outside.
My name is Judge Shackelford.
Judge
I'm the judge.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I stay actually outside on their property in a trailer because I'm actually homeless. I'm trying to find somewhere to go. They know that. That's the only reason that I'm actually here. I don't even really go in their house unless it's to shower or to cook. But I actually bought a burner from Family Dollar to be able to cook my food out here. So I don't have to use the bathroom in the house either. I bought a bucket with some trash bags. So I don't even have to go in their house.
I know, but you can't, Miss Pascucci. I'm sympathetic to your circumstances, but that's their property. And it's their home. And if they don't want you there, you can't stay there.
Leon does not. I have voice recordings of her saying that.
I don't care. She's in court. She's under oath. She's advised me that she wants you to vacate the property.
Under oath, ma'am.
Okay, you have to vacate the property. You have 10 days to vacate.
More than that. I don't have a job right now. I need
all right, ma'am, this is the law.
I understand.
And I don't, okay, well, I want you to understand that's the law. You have 10 days. I can tell why they want you out because you think you can talk over people and yell. You have 10 days to vacate the property.
I had a feeling, and it turns out the judge clearly picked up on it too. You can tell just by watching the way this young woman carries herself. She has absolutely no understanding of what ownership actually means. In her mind, staying somewhere for free somehow translates into having legal rights over the property. But that's not how it works. Not in court. Not in real life. And the way she behaves in the courtroom. It says it all. The constant eye-rolling, the passive-aggressive side comments, and the boldness to try and talk over the judge like she's in some casual group chat and not a legal proceeding. It's completely inappropriate. There's no respect for the courtroom, no understanding of boundaries, and no sense of responsibility. And here's the part that really hits hard if this is how she acts in front of a judge, where consequences are immediate and very real. Then what do you think is happening? Behind closed doors, especially around elderly people who don't have the energy or resources to defend themselves. Honestly, this feels like one of those situations where someone manipulates a relative, maybe pressures their grandma for the house keys, stays there rent-free, and then flips the narrative and cries emotional distress the moment they're asked to leave. It's entitlement masked as victimhood, and it's getting old fast. And what's worse? They walk into court acting like they're the ones being attacked, playing the victim when they've clearly taken advantage of someone's kindness. It's manipulative, it's harmful, and frankly, the judge is right to shut it down. Let me know what you think. Is this just one entitled case? Or are we seeing a bigger pattern of people mistaking generosity for a legal guarantee? Either way, one thing's for sure. They need to leave that house immediately because this situation is only going to get worse if the courts have to escalate it.
Mr. and Mrs. Chandler, you are to call police.
That's not fair. That is not right.
You are to call police if she tries to vacate, or if she tries to enter your premises, if she tries to come in your home, and if she does not leave in 10 days, you come up to the court and there is a form that you get for a writ of eviction, and our court officers will come and remove her and all of her belongings from the property.
Okay,
But
Judge.
Mr. and Mrs. Chandler, if she comes near you or her granddaughter attempts to convince you otherwise, the two of you are to call the police forthwith. You're to call the police. They're not to harass you. You have no obligation to keep anyone on your property that you're not comfortable or safe with. She's to remove all of
And
her
it's just
property.
him. He steals from her and everything else.
She's to leave your property, and you're to contact law enforcement if she comes. Do you understand me, Mr. and Mrs. Chandler?
Yes.
Okay, I'm signing it. You have 10 days. You can get your writ for eviction in 10 days.
This is so not fair.
You know what, Miss Piscucci, do you pay rent even? You want to just stay on someone's property for free, and you think that's not fair? That they want you out?
That's not even it, ma'am.
All right, you know, I think she might be a risk to your safety, Mr. and Mrs. Chandler. She clearly cannot control herself. The allegations, Mr. Chandler, Mrs. Chandler, who's that? Who is that behind you? Mr. and Mrs. Chandler, who is that at the door behind you?
That's my
Your granddaughter?
No.
Yeah.
My granddaughter came in the bedroom just now. And she's
All right, and
arguing
is she,
with my-
Miss Piscucci's to leave the property forthwith. She's a threat to your safety, her and your granddaughter.
Okay.
Ma'am, you're to vacate the property forthwith. I find that you present a risk to these two individuals. It is unsafe for you to be at the property. She's to leave forthwith. I'm signing an immediate writ for her eviction.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
I am. And you know what else? I'm going to hold you in contempt if you say one more word. Mr. and Mrs. Chandler, do you need to have your granddaughter vacated?
No, we can handle my granddaughter.
Okay. She's to leave the property immediately. I'll sign a writ now.
Okay.
Okay?
All
If she comes in your home, if she makes any threats towards you, if she does not leave forthwith, you're to call the police.
Okay.
Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, she's to vacate forthwith. I'll have the clerk bring up paperwork. Mr. and Mrs. Chandler, you can come up to the court and get your writ today. I need to fill that out. Okay, come on up to the court.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay. Is that her screaming in the background?
Yeah, it's okay. That's my granddaughter.
Okay. It's just your granddaughter screaming. It's not
Right.
the other individual?
No, the other individual is not in the house.
All right. What do you do if she comes in the house?
We ask her to leave or call the police.
And yes, sir. All right, you're all set. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Yeah. All right. Mr. and Mrs. Chandler, are there any further issues? Has she shown up at your house? I can't hear you. You're muted.
Just my granddaughter, and she's gone.
Okay. So you're
Okay.
all set?
Yeah, we're all set.
If you feel unsafe, you know what you're supposed to do, but you can disconnect your, tell them to leave, call the police, but you're all set for the day. You're free to leave, court.
Okay, thank you.
How do we
Disconnect? Or
I'll,
will you-
I'll disconnect you. Don't worry. I just was letting you hang out to see if they showed up, but I'll
Yeah.
remove you now. And if you need the police, call them. Okay.
This one really got to me. I mean, just think about it. These grandparents have likely spent their entire lives working hard, building a home, and finally reaching a stage where they should be enjoying some peace. And instead, they're stuck in court, begging for basic respect in their own house. That's heartbreaking. What really frustrates me here is how the people doing all the talking, The ones making the biggest scene in court don't even contribute financially, not a dime. No rent, no bills, no groceries. Yet somehow they feel entitled to stay there, rent-free, while treating the actual homeowners like they're the problem. That level of ungratefulness is just infuriating. And let's not even get started on the granddaughter. From the second she opened her mouth, you could feel the attitude radiating off her. Zero humility, zero gratitude, just pure entitlement. It's wild because what we're seeing here isn't just a legal issue, it's a moral one. It's about how far some people will go to take advantage of family, the very people who tried to help them. Honestly, family court shouldn't even have to waste time on situations like this. These things should be resolved with basic decency and common sense. But sadly, when people refuse to respect the ones who raised them, the legal system becomes the last line of defense for elderly homeowners. So I want to know, what do you think? Did the judge handle this correctly? Or should the system be doing even more to protect senior citizens in cases like this? Personally, I think law enforcement did need to step in here. When reason fails, sometimes a firm hand is the only way to restore order. And I wouldn't be surprised if these grandparents end up having to evict their own granddaughter just to finally breathe again. Whatever happens, I truly hope they find peace, because they deserve that. At the very least, thanks so much for watching. If you found this one as emotional as I did, drop a comment and let me know your thoughts. And if you want more real courtroom moments, breakdowns, and commentary, make sure to like and subscribe. I post every single day. Take care of yourselves and treat your elders right. See you in the next one.